August 25th, 2026. This is the S&P 500 E-Futures Mini on 2000 tick chart using NinjaTrader 8. This is what the chart looked like today. It was very slow, not very many setups that I could see. I'm going to stop now because, to be honest, I wasn't really paying attention for the last hour. And right now, from here to about here is about 1 hour of trading, and nothing much happened between 76.80 and 76.90. That's like 10 points of opportunity to move, but most of the time was spent roughly in about 4 points. There was maybe one possible trade here, but I didn't take it, so it ends up being a no trade day. I also looked at the NQ and I didn't take any trades there either. There's no economic data that came out to really move the markets. Pre-market looked like there was just a big spike. Well, not really a spike, a big move up, sell off, another two legs up, or maybe just one leg, pushes down, and then right on the open, it just moves into sideways consolidation. It was maybe a setup here. Okay, so it opens, so it's on its way down. It pushes up. You could say maybe there's a second entry long here, but seeing this in real time, it's early in the day, and this isn't really fully defined. I don't really trust this being a possible range, and this is inside to this. So if anything, I'd be looking for a higher low. But as you can see, the total size of this range isn't very big. So to get a higher low within the next couple of candles, it put me right up against this possible resistance area. Because you do get a higher low here, but it just felt a little bit risky to get 6 ticks right out of here. So there's no trade here. Looks like it was maybe one leg down, pull back, two legs down. Then it looks like a push up, break, push to the high. And at this point, I did think we were establishing a nice range. And here, this was the multiple test second entry short. So technically, by the technical count, you have first entry short, pull back, second entry short. But visually, it does look like two legs up, multiple tests, because you had a triple test here, the second entry short. I didn't really take this in time, and I didn't really actively feel that strongly about it. Maybe if it closed low, I might have reconsidered. But as soon as this happened, I was looking for a lower high in the next couple of candles. And the lower high does have to give me enough room for a clean 6 ticks. So I'd be looking for at least a close at the low, good bearish signal bar with enough room, like maybe 2 points. But you don't get that. It kind of keeps going and pushes down. Looked like it was a spike and it kind of converts to the shallow channel. No clean second entries here. EMA is bearish, but it doesn't set up anything. It just looks like maybe there's a visual first entry short, second entry short, but it's a doji. You technically don't have a clean first entry short because it's never broke below this guy. So I'm just watching and waiting. Pushes down, break. I'm not really sure why this spiked down, but there's some kind of news item that I wasn't aware of that just caused this to flush down and then reverse back up. So then it looks like a new low, visual first entry short, pullback, second entry short. The problem with this second entry short is this is inside bar. And now I'm looking for a lower high, for any kind of lower high to maybe set up. But even if a lower high does set up like this guy, it doesn't feel like it's a really good trade because at the time I was thinking there could be some kind of support here. So just a little ambiguous, left it alone, pushes down, reverses back up. By technical count, again, you do have a new low, first entry short, second entry short. I didn't draw it, but I can kind of see there's kind of a leg here. But it's so congested, it doesn't really look that appealing because this is technically the second entry short here, but it already broke to a new high. So if anything, I'd be looking for a lower high, but a lower high never shows up. Looks like it was consolidating in this range. Then it starts pushing up. I drew and established this as a trend line first, and it looked like it was acting as support. Then I drew it up to here to try to see if I can capture it as a channel going up. But even then, I wasn't that crazy about it. So if I was looking for a trade, it'd be to go long with a bounce off of here. But as I said, prices were kind of slowing down. It wasn't really looking like that much was happening. Looks like a first entry long pullback. There's a fail breakout here, so I'm expecting a fail breakout here, maybe a move back into this yellow up channel. But by the time this looked like it was moving back in and flushes down, I wasn't really sure what was going on. It's a localized low. This is what the chart looks like today. Not the cleanest, not the most. It doesn't really have that many opportunities for me, in my opinion. Well, it doesn't really matter my opinion. Just for me, it doesn't have that many opportunities. Localized low, first entry short pullback, second entry short. I was tempted, but not really strongly, because while I was watching this, I wanted to see this guy as the tick count was running out to close at the low. When it rallied back up, even though it's a break of the screen up channel test the high, I wasn't really sure what I was looking at, or I wasn't really sure what the prices were going to do. So this is what I see. And I'm looking for a lower high. You kind of get a lower high here, but the way this finishes, this is just pretty much, these are all roughly the same size candle. So then I watch for the next one, and it gives you an inside bar. So now I'm just not going to take a trade at all because this just feels tricky. Again, it just moves side by side, pushes up. I thought it might have been in a range here. So I established a clear resistance that I thought prices were respecting and a clear support. Localized high, first entry long pullback, second entry long, but all seen it as one big leg down. And as it reversed back up, I was looking to see if maybe a higher low would form with a candle that's pretty nice and bullish with enough room before this resistance. And that's kind of asking a lot, and I know I was asking for a lot, but I didn't really think it was going to happen. And the market kind of proved that it wasn't going to happen. Just kind of pushed up, reverses back down, break, that's the low. At this point, the EMA is kind of losing kind of, well, it's just becoming less reliable that I can really trust it as a key entry point or as anything that prices might respect as a support or bounce. And if it does act as like a support here and then a resistance here later, it was more just pure coincidence because this is not really indicating too much, dictating much for us in terms of finding a trade. So that pushes down, pushes up, flushes down, first entry short. Technically, you have a second entry short here, but I'm not a fan of this. It is rejecting off the EMA, but as I said, up until now, the EMA can't be trusted. So why would I trust it now as a possible rejection? Could it just keep moving up? I don't know. But it did look like it was making two measured legs up, but it never was that clean because it looks like just a choppy leg here as well. It's a localized high, first entry long pullback. There's a second entry long here, but it's inside to this. And then you get a higher low here. The problem is these three candles are inside to this. So it doesn't feel like a very strong setup. It starts reversing up. And then that's kind of about right here where I started my video. But I'm not really sure what's happening now. I'm not going to stick around for it. Just going to end the day with no trades and just be happy because no trade is better than a losing trade. And it's just kind of pushing up. My guess is I'm not really sure what's going to happen or why it's going to happen. There's nothing on Forex Factory seemingly to really move the market today. I think tomorrow, it looks like, I'm just going to take a look at Forex Factory. Tomorrow, there's a preliminary GDP numbers, which will come early in the morning. Other than that, maybe the next big moving thing will be the Fed chair speaking on Friday. But it was just another kind of quiet, boring day. Nothing much happened on the NQ either in terms of taking a trade. So hopefully that was helpful.